Western Sky Multimedia and Intermountain Publishing present the Happy Montana campaign. Together we can create a state of happiness. Hi, my name is Tammy Poor, and I'm the owner of Western Sky Multimedia and Intermountain Publishing. And I'm also the founder of the Happy Montana campaign, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about it right now, even if you're not from Montana. I live in Livingston, Montana, which is the original entrance to Yellowstone National Park. It is a charming, quaint, adorable town with the Yellowstone River running right through it. It is very eclectic with lots of talented artists, musicians, actors, and writers, and it has a very rich history. It is the seat of Park County, which has not one but two entrances into the world-famous park. And yet, surprisingly, Montana has almost the highest suicide rate in the nation, and has for over 100 years, ever since they've been recording it. And Livingston and Park County have almost the highest suicide rate in Montana. So it's a serious problem, and that's why I started the Happy Montana campaign, because there are just as serious of solutions, and they're happy ones. If you resonate with my message, then email me at tammy@happymontana.club. That's TAMMY at happymontana.club, not .com. I commissioned my daughter, Shelley Willette, to draw the Montana Bluebird of Happiness to be the mascot for the Happy Montana campaign. I first became aware of the problem in 2008 when I was asked to join the local and state mental health boards, whose missions were to identify the gaps in service, brainstorm solutions, and get the solutions into the hands of the people of Montana. I was asked to bring my talent, skills, resources, and intelligence to the table to help solve the problems. When the local board members learned that I am a publisher with hundreds of magazines under my belt, they asked me to produce a mental health resource guide and also to join the state mental health board to secure the funding for it and to bring back information to our county. I did this as a volunteer. I was also asked to attend the drop-in center, which had just been started, and I became a founding member. It was a wonderful place for socialization, healing, and recovery. We sang and played music and hosted open mics for the public. We did lots of art projects, rode bikes, cooked, and ate meals together, and did community service projects. We also went camping in Yellowstone National Park, and it was a lot of fun. Every day at 4 o'clock we gathered around a large table, and those of us who wanted to got to talk about whatever was real and alive in us that day, whether it was a problem or something that was going very well. Solutions to many problems came from peers helping peers, and we named our drop-in center the Peer Solutions Drop-in Center. In 2014, Montana experienced a terrible suicide crisis that was so bad that many children were killing themselves as well as adults statewide. Montana State University had to hire an additional dean of students to handle the number of students presenting with severe depression and suicidal ideations. In response to the crisis, I produced my very first suicide prevention video with Carl Roston, who was hired by the state of Montana in 2007 to help stop the chronic suicide crisis. I also produced a 72-page mental health and happiness resource guide for both Park and Gallatin counties that was filled with great articles, including articles on happiness and every available resource in both counties. But before I could get the printed version funded and into the hands of the people, all hell broke loose, and I learned the very hard way why Montana and Park County have almost the highest suicide rate in the nation. It was a nightmare, and it resulted in my making not one, but two very serious suicide attempts, one of them recently on December 12, 2017. I suffered from extreme trauma that research considers torture and leads to suicide almost 100% of the time. Instead of preventing the next suicide, as was my goal, I very nearly became another statistic. My suicide attempts did not result from not loving myself. They resulted from the need to end my suffering. I thought long and hard before making the decision to commit suicide on both occasions, and I accepted that I had failed my mission, and I gave myself a lot of credit for trying. If it weren't for these two angels that I gave birth to 21 years ago, I would not be alive to tell my story or to complete my mission. The photos that you see on the screen were taken exactly 3 months apart. The one on the left was taken on the morning of my suicide attempt on December 12th, and the one on the right was taken 3 months later by my friend and beautician Beth Carlin at the Edge Salon here in Livingston a couple of weeks ago. The primary reason that I was able to make such a rapid recovery is because of Marissa Peer. Marissa is Britain's #1 therapist and life coach. She is rapidly becoming one of the most sought-after therapists in the world, and she has agreed to come to Montana to teach, train therapists in her rapid transformational therapy, and combine it with what I told her will be the vacation of a lifetime. She told me that she can't wait to come and said that she's always wanted to come to Montana. Marissa discovered in her 30 years as a therapist and coach to people in all walks of life, including royalty, political leaders, Hollywood actors and actresses, famous musicians, Olympic athletes, and ordinary folk, that the common denominator was a varying degree of low self-esteem. Low self-esteem tells us that we are not good enough, not handsome enough or pretty enough, not smart enough, not talented enough, not brave enough, or just plain not worthy enough. Marissa tells the story of how she was told as a child that she was not very pretty, not very smart, and when she was told by the medical profession that she would not be able to bear children, her parents told her that the most she could aspire to was being a nanny. She believed at a conscious and subconscious level that she would have to be a nanny because that was what she was told and was the only way that she could be around children. I'm not sure what happened that caused her to transcend her limiting beliefs and become one of the world's most sought-after therapists and coaches, but she did, and I'm a beneficiary of her doing so. Besides being a highly sought-after therapist and coach, Marissa is also a great public speaker and a best-selling author. Email me at tammy@happymontana.club if you would be interested in 2 free mini workshops that Marissa offers online. One is in overcoming low self-esteem and never feeling rejected again, and the other is on any money issues that you may have. The other reason that I was able to recover so rapidly is a core belief in myself and that I know who I am deep down inside. I knew that by accessing the right therapies I would recover. In addition to rapid transformational therapy, I used dialectical behavioral therapy, reevaluation counseling, nonviolent communication, heart math, excellent peer support that I received online, and lots of playing my guitar and singing. I was also very blessed to receive this wonderful art print from my friend Marie Antoinette Kelly, who is an extremely talented artist and owner of Portraits of the Soul. She created it for someone very close to her who was going through a very dark time in their life. The minute I laid eyes on it when I got back to Livingston, I felt an instant sensation of healing and relaxation came over my whole body. Now I want to briefly tell you about how we're going to help build prosperity for the people of Montana. In a nutshell, it will be through teaching multimedia and internet marketing, especially affiliate marketing and crowdfunding. Affiliate marketing is a way to make a lot of money by promoting other people's products and services. It is not very hard, and once you set up the process, money automatically comes into your bank account with very little effort on your part. You literally make money while you sleep, and it can free you up to enjoy the lifestyle that many people only dream of having. Crowdfunding is a form of internet marketing that allows you to create campaigns to raise money for projects, business ventures, and personal needs. It was legislated into existence in 2011 and has raised billions of dollars for entrepreneurs, nonprofit organizations, and individuals in a short time that it has existed. I will also teach strategies and principles taught by Frank Kern, who is considered one of the greatest internet and traditional marketing geniuses alive. Frank and some of his students have made millions of dollars in one day with a single product launch. The beautiful face that you see on the screen right now is my best friend Sherry Horvath. She committed suicide on December 17th, 2017, while I was in the ICU in Albuquerque, recovering from mine. We were both on fire with the mission of preventing the next suicide in 2014. Instead, we both fell victim to the curse of why Montana and Park County have almost the highest suicide rate in the nation. Sherry did not die in vain. I know her story, and her story will save lives. I Wish That I Could Tell You What Went Wrong by Tammy Poore. I wish that I could tell you what went wrong. No one knows what happened on that day. When the nightingale gave up her favorite song, she lost the will to meditate and pray. It didn't matter that she had a golden voice. No one wanted the gift she came to share. She was silenced and would never more rejoice. Her pain became too great for her to bear. Those who scorned her, they did not bring gifts. They could not understand the love she bore. All they did was laugh and scorn and mock her. Their hearts were hard, just like the guns they wore. So on that fateful day in mid-December, praying one last time to her source of life, she cried, "I'm sorry, but I just can't go on," and she cast her tiny body on a knife. I care, little bird with the golden voice. I remember all the times that we had fun. Our hearts were both on fire with the same mission. You gave your gift to me. Your mission's done. Please take action now and email me at tammy@happymontana.club, not .com. There's a lot that everybody can do that is absolutely painless and can only bring pleasure and a lot of joy to you and a lot of other people. My father, Lieutenant Colonel Thomas Poore, served as an officer in the U.S. Army in Strategic Command and in communications. He was the love of my life, and he gave his life for your freedom. He taught me that it is my civic responsibility to serve my community, my state, my nation, and my world, and help make it a better place. Once we implement the Happy Montana strategies, of which I've only touched on here, we spread the model to all corners of the earth. The whole world is suffering from these exact same problems, and we have the solutions. The Happy Montana campaign is dedicated to Sherry Horvath and to every man, woman, and child who has committed suicide or is in any way contemplating suicide now. It is dedicated to the happiness and the prosperity of all Montanans. The image of the soul re-emerging is provided by Marie Antoinette Kelly of Portraits of the Soul. Contact her at 406-333-4490, www.portraitsofthesoul.com.